welcome to my home. It's a small space, but functional place. Today we're going to talk about turning this tiny little kitchenette into a functional full kitchen for everyday living. So I just moved into this tiny home, or I should say quaint and cozy, micro unit of 147 square feet in the heart of Capitol Hill during a pandemic. So it is important that everyday life be lived comfortably in this small space, as I use it as a training space for potential tiny home living in the future. In the following segment, we're going to talk about how to set up your small kitchenette space for an everyday functional living space. Welcome back. So I've set up my functional and cozy and quaint kitchen with the most commonly used appliances, at least for me, my favorites. I use a toaster and coffee maker for breakfast every day. Microwave, everyone knows what this does. And a smaller scale freezer and fridge. My favorite part of the kitchen or appliance is my trusty Instapot. It makes cakes, it makes rice, it makes beans, it makes eggs for the morning, it makes bread, and meatloaf or brisket or anything you'd want. I did buy this cutting boards. This one specifically I bought to scale to fit over the counter while I'm preparing food. It gives me extra space on the sink. I've gone ahead and set up all the storage items. What I did was I used mason jars that specifically fit the space. Because I don't have a lot of places to store things in this small place, I have to be able to have functionality in decorative elements. And so in using the canning jars, I was able to display the food items I'm using on a regular basis, but also have them be a decorative element without being too distracting with logos or other media that may distract me from other areas of my home. When we come back, I'm going to finish up this space and we're going to add some decorative elements that will bring the entire space together and make this a lovely kitchen for everyday use. Alright, so we've added the final elements and finishing touches to the space to bring it all together. You might have noticed some glare before, and I used a tablecloth that I use for my table here to cover the window as a pseudo window covering. Up at the top, I used these storage boxes for sending cards, my sewing kit, lint remover. Not everyday items, but useful to have around and handy. And then here I added some hanging pots, which I found gave me some extra counter space to hold my utensils, but also add some life to the room. And here when I come in, I added this tray area that is my caddy for candy that holds my wallet, but also gives me treats whenever I need it. If you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel down here, or visit my blog at emiliochavez.com.